Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited to share with you my experiences with ChatGPT. I aim to save you time and any angst with this new technology that's coming very fast into our lives, and what that would mean for the future and how you can use it to harmonize best with your life now and as it evolves. So, just keeping you on that front foot for any new obstacles that will come around and where you need to get things done quite quickly. This is just a quick crash course into how to get that done with 3 really quick core principles that you can apply for the ChatGPT free version. And then we'll go into the more advanced section where we'll talk about the GPT on the paid version. So, firstly, thank you for being here. My name's Anthea. I'm working in social innovation and social entrepreneurship, as well as using technology on a daily basis for a digital engagement tool where am responsible for sales and marketing. So it's a lot of on the on on the tools kind of advice that you'll get today, and how you can harmonize best with your current situation, and just an overview of what this AI, well, we use AI every day, by the way. It's been here for a while, but ChatGPT in particular, how that's just taken the world by storm since January 2023 when the first drop happened, and now we're here. So just keeping you up to pace with what's going on, and as best as I know as of this date, which I'm sure that once you're watching this, it might be outdated. Who knows? So just a quick overview: AI enables machines to mimic human-like intelligence and behavior. It is not human. It is a tool. Just like you use Google Maps to anticipate any traffic jams or the best route for you to get to your destination, that's AI. If you think about Netflix and how it knows a suggested title for once you've finished a series or a movie, there's another one, and that is AI suggesting that to you through an algorithm, through all these things that have been around for a long time. So we're not at the point yet where it can be human. It is just as good. My favorite motto is the output is only good as the input. So we are still driving this tool. We are still very much um, uh, co-piloting this outcome that you're trying to get. It's not about the AI being the source of truth always, and always being correct, because you could have asked the question in a way that it spewed out something a bit different. It's not always on your fault though. The AI is only is static if you have the free version, and it is constantly evolving when you have the paid version, but it's still only one perspective. That's what I really want to drill home. I am not advocating for everyone to do everything on AI or ChatGPT, because we still need our critical thinking, we still need discernment, we still need to know what we're talking about to get the outcome that we need quickly and effectively. So like I said, the more evolved type, where, Terminator, if you think of it like that, where it actually takes on a life of its own and then attacks humans, is very much not happening at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but that's still theoretical, and we haven't got to that stage yet, at least in my understanding. Maybe OpenAI AI, sorry, um, has better knowledge about that. But just wanted to kind of quell that myth in society that ChatGPT will grow into something that will be bigger than us. Yes, that is legitimate, and I feel you on many levels with that. But I also can see how it's a tool that we can utilize, and it's not as scary if you know what you want from it, if you're grounded in who you are and how you approach this as a tool, not as your be all and end all, not doing everything with ChatGPT, because it still can't replace your human, like these emotions that we are as human, and you need to embed that in your storytelling, in your comms approach. You still need that human element. So this is very much my approach is about structure. It's about creating those automated tasks that you do repetitively, and you could save your time actually doing face-to-face work in community, or face-to-face sales pitches, or more creative work, more innovation, rather than working on these admin tasks that could be done quite quickly through AI by utilizing AI and ChatGPT, but not making that complete. You know what I'm trying to say. So, I didn't really introduce myself. So, yeah, I've been a freelancer for the last 2 years. So, I was working full time in a corporate role on an infrastructure project in Queensland, and just to go back, I'm an urban planner by trade. Got into community engagement on construction projects, which is where you're keeping the community front and center in a lot of our actions and making sure that we're not creating more harm by doing the work that needs to be done. Like if a new bridge, a new hospital, whatever is being constructed, there is a need for that, and connecting that project need with the community so they come on the journey with you rather than, doing anything that isn't ethical. So I was working in a job in that function, looking at social impact on communities, and then I kind of had one of these epiphanies that happens, and booked a one-way ticket, quit the job, and went over to Europe with a back. I didn't have a backpack. I had a really big pink suitcase that was actually terrible. Do not recommend it. Um, it was awful in Europe, cobblestones and whatnot. But I went on a journey, which led me now to freelancing, and that's what I'm offering here from that perspective. I've got the technical experience as well. And also bringing in the technology that I've used as a freelancer, which I think that everyone can utilize as a professional in the social sector, in any kind of corporate arena, really. And it's not me creating this need, it's actually society changing. This is what is happening as industry, as AI just keeps evolving as this mega tool. Is kind of like you got to be aware of what's going on now. You can't ignore it anymore. It's here. If you're a freelancer and not using it, I highly recommend that you do. And I'm a freelancer in still social impact, like I described before, but also doing workshops like this on bespoke topics that come up in your team or on your project. Infrastructure mainly is what I have experience in, but I've also been working on health, other large-scale community activation projects, which I just love, and social enterprises and that kind of stuff. But let's get back to today, where I just wanted to really drill down on what harmonizing is and the meaning of it, because it was intentional why I use that word to harmonize with ChatGPT. So when I think of harmony, I feel like it's this resonance. It's when you are looking at something without the fear, without any kind of preconceived ideas of what it is, and you sit in non-judgment and you're able to see what integrates and what doesn't. Because I'm going to say a lot today that might not work for you, and that makes sense, but there might be a nugget that does. So just understanding that harmonizing is a process. I'm not the knowledge keeper of ChatGPT. I do not know everything. There is so much to learn here, and I can only give you what my resonance is. So it's all about this remembering we're part of nature, that this is energetic experience that we're having, that you just tuning in is a really just epic way to open yourself up to this. And it doesn't mean that you have to go buy the paid version tomorrow and start being like super onto it, but I do recommend that you have an awareness of it. That's what we're doing here today, and that's what I believe harmonizing is. It's like seeing a different perspective, a different situation, and then coming back to self and seeing if it does work for you. So we are interconnected and interdependent on each other, and that's a consciousness piece that is around. We're all learning. We're all just trying to become more aware as we evolve. And this is a bit of that European adventure that takes you on the hero or the heroine's journey, where you go inside your own preconceived limiting beliefs about yourself, and then you come out the other side. Like, I didn't think I would be doing workshops on ChatGPT. Like, all my experience was on infrastructure, social impact, a lot different. So just respecting that we're multidimensional, that we have a lot of different needs and wants and desires, and ChatGPT can offer that to you. So it's just about knowing yourself. That's a big part of this next wave of technology that's coming, is to be really grounded and know what works for you and what doesn't. So quickly, what we'll cover today is understanding the core principles of the free and the paid version. If you even knew that there was a paid version, there is, and then knowing what the benefits are, some privacy and security requirements that you still have to. It is a tool, so you can't be putting identified data on there for your business sake, for your sake, for law's sake. So keep confidential data to yourself. It's still a third party. But the benefits are time, quality, scalability, and you can personalize it now with the paid version. You can create GPTs, which we'll go into potentially in the next workshop, because I really think it's just, let's do a dump and see the normal, what everyone can relate to version, and then we'll go into the paid version, see if there's an appetite for that. So yes, it does have the potential to really disrupt our jobs, our everyday lives, and you might have seen the effects of that already. So a lot of these tasks that I will talk about today are automated. Like if I can have essentially a personal assistant in ChatGPT, that means that organizations can too. So there is that larger societal change, that shifts that is happening and will keep happening as this technology evolves and will get more rapid, and just to be very on the front foot. Like I said before, this is my message for you, is just be open to it. So essentially what ChatGPT is, just going back to basics, it is an online tool providing, this is from the OpenAI website, so I don't want to get it wrong, is an online tool providing self-generating machine responses, and this is in text form. So it's a conversation and you get back answers to your, it could be a question, or it could be a statement, it could be whatever you need to create some kind of prompt, which we will go into in a sec, where you train or you input into the ChatGPT what you are after and how you want it to be, the outcome, what outcome you're after, and then it provides that back in text form. It can, now we have DALL-E as the image form, so you can create text, so describe the picture that you want, the image, and then you will get that back in an AI. The AI will do that for you. There's also new evolutions with video, so you can text, write a script, or it will write it for you, just create that basic prompt, and you can get a script, you can get a video if you describe it well enough. So huge opportunity for a varied and inclusive and accessible communication style for anyone, especially if you're working in anything community related, anything that requires you to be a messenger. So that's where ChatGPT can come in. So analysis is based on a centralized search engine. So you will notice that it says Bing when it comes up, when it's responding, when it's thinking. So that is, it's still centralized. That's again what I was saying about the human aspect. Decentralization is where it's hyper localized. It's more about place-based. It's very conducive to the environment. So it's different. It has different requirements. It has different needs that a centralized system can't respond to. It's more for the majority. So again, that's the answers that you'll be getting back. The aggregation of search engines that are like a Google, essentially. So yeah, you can use ChatGPT like Google, actually. That's a good way to put it. But it's just another search engine like that. So just when you're thinking about it, that is how you're getting the responses. So if we go into the free and paid versions, you can see on my screen here that you can have a subscription fee, a monthly subscription fee. It's $20 US a month, and you are able to have a lot more functionality with ChatGPT. Not to mention that you get the latest data that is and faster. So you get a lot more, especially if you're using it on a day-to-day basis, you get a lot more benefit from it. You are able to create GPTs and have open APIs on your websites combined with those GPTs. It's a whole new world. So there's a whole marketplace essentially with GPTs now where you have tailored a conversation and then package that with instructions and actions and a knowledge base to then share it with the world. Correct. Yeah. So there's a whole, yeah, plethora of things that we could go into there. But first, I should just drill down what the free version is. So you usually have like 6 attempts. Yeah, so you have a limited amount of times that you can have the conversation with the ChatGPT in a day. You have 2021 data, but maybe that's now 2023. But it's just older data, but it's free. And everyone starts out with a free version. I did. You need to have that free option because it's you need to know the value of it before you can invest in it. And so that's, like I said, with the paid version, that's what you get on top of it. You get unlimited. Actually, to be fair, I have used it so much that they said that I had to come back in an hour. So there are wait times still. There is even wait times to get onto the paid version. So I don't know where that's at the moment, but that's what I heard on the grapevine as well. So so many people are using it, is what the demand is high for the paid version because of these GPTs. It's created so marketplace. There is so much opportunity for people who have online businesses to then create a GPT that is like a chatbot. You can tailor it to exactly what your ideal customer needs are and create this conversation before even starting the sales pitch. So it's really great for that. Like I said, I'm going to go into a workshop soon where I will go into the paid versions and I'll show you a GPT and it will be mind blowing, I'm sure. So the big part of today's workshop is around prompts. So we need to craft a quality prompt to get the responses that you really, really need. That is time saving. That's what you're wanting to use ChatGPT for as a tool. So there's just 3 steps to know about prompt writing. Basically, the first one is give it context. Give it as much context and overview of what the situation is. Describe your target group. Really give it an understanding of the task that you want it to do and a background about you and how you talk and what you're really well. That goes into the second one, which is be specific. So the first one, context, put as much as you can in there as you think is useful for the output, and then be so context but also specific to what you want to achieve. So is that an essay? Is that a 100-word poem? Is that a speech? So be really specific about the type of output that you want. And that includes your tone and your length. Like I said, is it a 5-minute speech? Is it, what are your parameters? And then the third one is refine responses until you're happy with it. So basically, I don't want you to just take the first answer and say, oh yeah, that sounds okay. It's like, no, you keep going because it will keep going with you. I guess wanted to reiterate with that step is that review, take what you need, tell it what you want. It's a conversation. So like I said, the first one is context. The second one is specificity, or be specific. And then the third one is review, cut down, shorten, say it in a more of my tone, put in more context. So you keep getting a refined version. And once you do the leap to the paid version, you don't have to keep updating each prompt with your tone or your or how you like to operate, because it will remember it. It's part of that. The GPT style is that it's personalized. So then you can get really into those quick prompts that give you as much information in even shorter amount of time. So a way you could do this is an example here, is to break it down into role, action, context, expectation. Now, I don't want to confuse you. This is more of an advanced framework or example, but if you just keep to these three here, context, I should have written on the slide, but context, specificity, and reviewing, you'll be fine. That's all you need to do. And I will go into examples when we have the group exercise on another recording. But just those three things, if you can write them down, keep the note of them at least, just that that output is only as good as your input, and you have to put as much context. No one sentence requirements, no update this file. Like, you have to be really specific and give it context, and then review it, and then go, no, this needs to be updated, or this needs to be shorter, or this needs to be more in my voice. And then you can start uploading that knowledge base, like I said, in the GPT. This is a more advanced framework, like I said, where you actually identify these things. This is more for tasks in the corporate world, I would say. So a social media manager role would be really using this as a template at the very minimum, so you can get the best letters, the best captions, the best posts that really are business minded. Okay, so more the creative stuff is like, describing the walls, describing the feeling, but in a business sense, this is probably the model that you want to go with. And then I just wanted to show you how I use it. I would give you a demo, but right now I've just got the one screen. But that's going to come as well in another workshop, where we really just get into a room and jam about this stuff and how you use it and where you feel it could be utilized in your business model or in your current operations. So I've in the recent week, this is how I've used ChatGPT. So I applied for some roles on LinkedIn. So I made sure that my cover letter reflected what was in the role, specific to my background, and I had my CV updated, and I just made I had all the context, and I just asked ChatGPT to put it into dot form, into a resume format, which saved me a lot of time. I used it for APA referencing for a postgraduate essay that I was due last week. Helped me immensely. That's always my pet peeve, is to have the reference formatting at the end. So was able to do that real time really well just by uploading the APA university guidelines onto a GPT. So that's how easy it can be. I use it for summary of YouTube videos, which I find educational, and I can get out the key concepts and insights for my own personal use. And then the text and slides for some of these workshop offerings that I have, for the promo that goes with it. I've used it for images in workshops as well. That's how you can use ChatGPT. It's pretty great. Gives you an outline if you're stuck and don't know where to just describe your situation, what you need out of it, be as specific as you can, and you will get something. You can have this conversation and get the ball moving, especially for an entrepreneur on their own. I used it for an insurance claim about what my next steps are. Like I said, it's not it's not always correct. It's not legal advice, but it gave me an idea of the insurance world and how to approach certain things if that was, exactly how it was going to go to plan, their complaints process or whatever it is. But I was able to then use that to write a letter. So that was really great. And then I'm really into astrology. So I deconstruct my birth chart and put it into a GPT that I've created. And I get daily insights I get for my birth placement. So it's really great for that. And just like definitions and explanations for my uni degree, I was able to look it up. Like I said, I use it like Google. So it is essentially like that. But all our data is, I guess, making it better, which is what Google does anyway. It scrapes our data as well. So, but this time you get a response back that actually is tailored to what you put in to your prompt. That's why prompts are so important. So doing the practice exercise next time when we have more people online, get a better, richer experience. But basically, we'll give you a scenario. I will give you a scenario, and then you go to your ChatGPT, or if you don't have a ChatGPT, you will email me or instant messaging me the prompt that you would use. I will review that prompt, and then you will also see the responses from ChatGPT 3.5, the free version, compared to what I can create on a ChatGPT paid version, personalized, really has some knowledge base behind it. You'll see the differences between the two, which I think you'll find really cool. But like I said, we'll just put that on pause right now, and then we'll come back to it. So as a recap, the key benefits that you will, well, I see what I have a lived experience with is that you get more accuracy and relevance when you actually put some thought into your prompt, and you save time in the long run. Maybe in the short term you have to think a bit more and use that brain power that you might not like to use, but if you sit down and just do it, you will reap the benefits in the long term. It helps you to evaluate and develop discernment with ChatGPT if you're able to see all the options that are there. So I'm keeping up to date with OpenAPI when they create more videos. I look on YouTube for how-to videos on how to use ChatGPT. It is important that you stay aware and also aware of what feels good for you, because sometimes it might be a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down right now. Be good just to question why, what's going on, what's the fear, is it a belief that I have, is it a story that somebody's told me? So just being really aware of those options is what I really want to I see as a benefit, because then you can adapt when things are going to be changing. You can adapt quicker and look after yourself, and maybe that means changing industries, or creating more income streams so you can weather that storm better. So lastly, it's a big one, is to boost efficiency, to automate and enhance tasks, which you don't have to sacrifice your personal touch with either through the GPTs, but also just by knowing yourself and knowing how to prompt and describing the scenarios really well so you can get the best outcome. So that's what I think is fantastic. I'm so grateful that you've spent the time to go through this with me. It's been a blast. I've really enjoyed just giving you a bit of what ChatGPT can do for you. It's done for me, and see how you can leverage it in your daily life. I've heard of people using it as a to-do daily routine planner for them. It's really a personal assistant. You can do whatever you want. The options are endless. So hit me back with what you're using it with. I would love to know your experience with the paid and free if you've done that transition. I would just love to know what you think of ChatGPT. Hit me up. I'd love to connect. You can find me on WhatsApp there, also at Xanthia Chulio for LinkedIn. I love to chat on there too, or email me. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, take care. Bye.